Blast me to Bermuda! It's time for episode 11 of the Mad Merlin's Warhammer 40,000 Imperium journey. Part 2, Gallery and Playthrough. Hello and welcome back to episode 11. We're about to start our playthrough, the Psychic Assault. But first, here we have our painted Librarian in Phobos armour. I've painted this guy up in the colours of the Ultramarines, with a dark blue for the Librarian armour, the Ultramarine light blue shown on the shoulder pad, a Third Company rim in red. I've given him a snow camo effect on his camo cloak, and I've painted up the Force Sword to have a nice energy glow. I've also detailed his base with some snow, and I've also picked out a lot of the details and some nice sharp highlights. It's a little hard to see, but I've also added a slight glow to his eyes. I've put a transfer on his knee pad there, and have one on his shoulder pad for an Ultramarine U. But let's just see how he does on the battlefield. So, as usual, before we get into the playthrough, we'll go through any new rules that we get in this issue, and have a quick look at our setup. So we're using our large mat, we're just using a Librarian, a squad of Scarabs, and a Royal Warden. So here we have our new updated profiles. So we've got the Librarian in Phobos armour, who has the keyword of a Psyker. So models with this keyword can manifest psychic powers in your psychic phase. It knows the Smite power shown to the right. As we can see here, Smite is a psychic power that requires a test of 5+. If manifested, the closest visible enemy unit within 18 inches will suffer D3 mortal wounds. Then we have our data sheets for our Royal Warden and our Canoptic Scarabs. Nothing new here. And we got a quick little bit of information about mortal wounds and how flying moves work. So models that can fly can move over models as if they weren't there, making normal moves, advances, fallbacks, and even charges. They can also ignore vertical distances when they make a move. And models can fly can be moved within engagement range of enemy models, but cannot end their move within engagement range of enemy models. And the mortal wounds is each mortal wound inflicts a single point of damage to a target, with no saves of any kind allowed. So, we'll just set up the battlefield, and I'll be right back. So, here we have our battlefield all set up. We have our Phobos Librarian over on marker C, 3 Scarab Swarms on A, and our Royal Wardens chilling out in the corner on B. Got a pile of wound markers for the Necrons and for the Space Marine. Got some dice, and Merlin's having a good chill out while watching the battle. So, here we go with the Psychic Assault. A master of psychic powers, the Librarian stalks the corridors of the Necron crypts in search of his battle brothers. As he attempts to navigate the obsidian depths, Canoptic Scarabs scurry forth from their hiding places, intent on devouring the Librarian before he can bring his warp powers to bear. Mission briefings. The Space Marine Vanguard have been dispatched to locate and assist their battle brothers on Megaria. First to breach the Necron's lair is the Primaris Librarian. Unfortunately, his movements have attracted the attentions of a swarm of Canoptic Scarabs and the Royal Warden. Necrons, purge and devour. Throughout the Necron crypts, Canoptic Scarabs have been redirected from their repair and construction tasks to attack and destroy intruders. The movements of the Primaris Librarian have attracted the attention of these lethal creatures. Under the direction of the Royal Warden, they scuttle and soar towards their prey. Space Marines smite the Necrons. Clad in camo cloak and phobos armor, the Primaris Librarian moves stealthily, using his psychic powers to track his allies through the alien complex. Before he can lend his warp powers to the Space Marine forces, he must survive the Scarabs' ambush. Doing so will require the use of sword, bolt pistol, and his potent psychic might. So here we go with playthrough 11. As usual, for the first turn, we'll follow through the guidebook. And then, after that, we'll just wing it. So, the guidebook tells us our first thing for the Space Marines to do is to move closer. So, the Librarian has a move of 6 inches. So, he's going to move 6 towards the Scarabs. Next up is the Psychic phase. So the Librarian can attempt to manifest the Smite power. To do so, he must take a Psychic test. To do that, we take 2 dice and roll them together. Then we add the totals up. So 3 and 2 is 5. Luckily for Smite, the Psychic charge is a 5+, so the power goes off. Bringing bolts of lightning to bear, the psychic powers of the Librarian flings forth D3 wounds on the Scarabs, causing 1 wound. So 1 swarm is down to 3 wounds. Not a good start, but we have the shoot phase next. And a Phobos Librarian has a bolt pistol, which is a single shot. We need a 3+ to hit. And we do. And it's strength 4 against toughness 3, so we need 3s to wound. Oop. Oh. He missed. No matter. Let's bring that sword into action. So next, we can charge in. So first off, we check that we are within charge range. And indeed we are. Next, we roll to see if we make the charge. So 2 dice and get our totals. 6 plus 2 gives us 8, which perfectly lands us in the middle of the Scarabs. We'll not go too close. We'll make them come to us. So next, the fight phase. A Space Marine Librarian has 4 attacks with his 4 sword, needing 3s to hit, scoring 3 hits, and as it's a power weapon, it's +1 strength, for strength 5, yeah, it's toughness 3, we need 3s. Oh dear. 2 1s and a 2 ain't gonna cut it. So the Scarabs get a chance to pile in, and each Scarab base has 4 attacks. I should have thought of this earlier. Right, that's 12 dice. They need 4s to hit the Librarian. That's a good bunch of misses. 4 hits. And any 6s automatically wound the target. I can't remember seeing any, so we're going to roll up to wound. Strength 3 against tough 4, we need 4s. 1 wound to the Librarian, who gets a save of 3. The Librarian isn't having much luck. He goes down from 5 to 4 wounds. Okay, the playthrough actually went a little bit better. If I'd used the actual rolls of the dice, the Librarian would have eliminated at least one of the Scarab swarms. But seeing as the Scarab Swarms are doing well there, they're going to hold him in combat, and it's their turn. So, Royal Warden can't do much, but he's going to move up 5 and sit there ready to shoot. The playthrough does require us to fall back with the Canoptic Scarabs, so we will do that. And Scarabs have a move of 10. So they're going to jump over Librarian. And regroup. Now the Royal Warden has a valid target to shoot. Just out of range for a rapid fire. But we still get 2 shots. Both hit. And at strength 5, toughness 4, freeze the wound. 2 wounds. And I believe we've got a -2 on the AP there as well. So the Librarian's 3+ save goes to 4 and then 5. He makes 1, but 2 damage goes through, putting him down to 2 wounds. Not good. And now it's back to the Space Marine's turn. So, having been humbled, the Librarian is going to move towards the Royal Warden. He's going to attempt Smite again. Oh, I think he's definitely got it. A 10. D3 wounds. Let's hope for a big number. Oh, 1. Oh dear. So the next Royal Warden is down to 3 wounds from 4. Now we're going to take a shot of our pistol and miss. Looking at the chart, we're going to need 6 in order to get into engagement range. 9 will do it. Let's hope he does a little better against the Royal Warden. So, freeze the hit on 4 attacks. 3 hits. Strength 5, toughness 5, force to wound. Oop. That was a 5, so we got 1 wound. So now we make our save roll with an AP of -3. So a 6+ save. Oh, and the Royal Warden makes it. The Royal Warden fights back with 3 attacks, needing freeze, 1 hit, strength 5, tough 4, freeze. Oh dear, 2 wounds. The Librarian makes a 3-up save because there's no AP on the melee attacks. I can't believe the poor Librarian's luck. Oh dear. I don't think the Librarian will be backing up his battle brothers anytime soon. That didn't go as well as I was hoping. But we had some fun with the psychic phase at least. Okay. I think it's time the Librarian retired. Look at him, so sleepy. Time to go to sleep. We'll have a look at what's on our next Imperium, and then I'll see you in issue 12. So, as I said, although the Librarian has failed in his mission to defeat the Scarabs and Royal Warden, we had fun learning about the psychic phase. Hopefully when I do a replay, he might do a little bit better. But on to our next issue. So in issue 12 we get 3 new paints, add both these paints to both our forces, three of these paints to both our forces, and we get new rules for heroes. Then in issue 13, we get 5 Assault Intercessors, we learn about the origins of the Necrons, and we get new rules about the fight phase. So all what's left for me to do is thank you for watching. Be sure to like, comment, share and subscribe if you'd like to help support the channel. There's an affiliate link and a buy me a coffee link in the description below. And I'll see you next time for more mad content. Goodbye.